Hi, my name is Melanie Shiraz, and I'm Miss Universe Israel 2025. When I came to Miss Universe, I believed that it would be a stage for peace, dialogue, and friendship. A space where women from different nations could meet beyond politics in a spirit of hope and mutual respect. As an Israeli, I came with this optimism, with the hope of representing my country with pride and of sharing in positive, respectful conversation with women from around the world. That is why it is deeply troubling to see this platform being misused. Recently, another contestant has used her voice not to build bridges but to spread propaganda. She shared a video that included images of Israeli children murdered by Hamas terrorists on October 7th and then presented them in a way that implied that they were Palestinian victims. Let me be absolutely clear. These children were Israeli. They were born in Israel, they lived in Israel, and they were murdered because they were Israeli. The land they came from was not called Palestine. To present them otherwise is a deliberate distortion meant to erase their true identity and to suggest falsely that Israel itself is simply Palestine. Two of the victims were the Bibas children, Ariel, just 4 years old, and his baby brother Kfir, only 9 months old, the youngest hostage taken on October 7th. Along with their mother Shiri, they were kidnapped from their home in Kibbutz Nir Oz and dragged into Gaza. For months, the world saw their faces as symbols of Hamas's cruelty. Ariel and Kfir were later brutally murdered by their captors in Gaza, and their short lives ended in unimaginable cruelty. Another victim was 12-year-old Noya Dan, an autistic Israeli girl abducted from her home in Nir Oz together with her grandmother Carmela, who was 80 years old. Their bodies were later found together near the Gaza border. To take these Israeli children, murdered in their homes or in captivity, and to present them as though they were Palestinian casualties is not an act of compassion. It is theft of an identity, a falsification of truth, and a calculated attempt to weaponize tragedy for political purposes. It is also an attempt to erase Israeli identity and to challenge Israel's right to exist by folding Israeli victims into a false narrative that denies who they were. And it is not an isolated act. This contestant has also misrepresented fatality numbers, inflating them by more than 10 times what even Hamas itself has reported. Numbers so easily disproven with just a simple search. This is not advocacy, this is fabrication. Every contestant who comes to the stage carries the responsibility to arrive with grace and to represent their people with dignity. But when someone creates a title for themselves and appoints themselves to be a voice for their people, that responsibility becomes even greater. Choosing to step into such a role demands truth, care, and respect. To use it to instead spread falsehoods and to distort the tragedies of others is not only careless, it is misuse and abuse of the platform itself. What she is doing is not only damaging to my people, it is damaging to Palestinians as well. With a large following and reach, she spreads lies so easily disproven that they corrode credibility itself. As representatives of countries in conflict, we should set an example for the world, not use our platforms to spread hate. If someone truly cares about children, then with such a platform comes the duty to protect young people from being led into hatred and to guide them toward peace. This platform must remain a place for dignity, honesty, and respect, and it cannot tolerate double standards where lies against Israel are excused but truth spoken for Israel is condemned. I came here in good faith, seeking peace, dialogue, and respect. But I will not allow lies to erase truth, nor propaganda to steal the memory of our murdered children and people, and the 48 hostages cruelly still held in captivity in Gaza. Their tragedy belongs to them, to us, and to history, and it will not be stolen. Bring them home.